Hello there! Today I simulate an IELTS speaking exam again. But what's new today? What's new is that I'm prepared finally. I've been practicing this speech for about half an hour. Though for this half an hour I practiced it only one time. Though I wanted to practice more, but I didn't. What I'm saying, I'm gonna do an IELTS speaking exam again, but more prepared finally. And there won't be that much of a mess in my mind. I posted similar video lately, and I was shocked because it was the most popular video on my channel. But the key is that I hated this video when I posted it. I said, why, who would ever like this? But no, people gone and there is 160 something views. Oh my god, I hated it. Okay, maybe because the theme is popular nowadays. Kitty, don't you go there. I cough a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna use the same technique, which is called AEE. Answer, explain, and an example, which is literally an answer, give an explanation, and an example. Thanks to the IELTS Advantage channel on YouTube. You should actually visit it one more often. It's really great. By the way, I have had my nails done lately. They are so cute. And we're gonna head to it. Actually, for now, it's 4 questions, not 3. First off is, can you tell me a little about yourself? Yes, I can tell a little bit about myself. I'm Diane, and I'm a high school student in Ukraine. I was born in Ukraine, and currently I live here. What I like is, particularly, I like learning languages and what I like to do is particularly learn languages, write my own stories, and enjoy my free time whenever I have it. For example, I write my own stories. These are fictional stories about maybe romance or fantasy or something less fictional. I started enjoying it from the age of 16, so currently how old I am now. And I'm looking forward to continuing this activity. Second off is, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? In my free time, I enjoy reading and having long walks around my city, around nature. When I was little, I used to walk 24/7. But once my friends got a lot far from me and I lost connection with them, I wasn't having that much of walks with them or even with myself. But right now, when I'm growing up, I realized how significant it is to go on walks, to enjoy nature, and to enjoy yourself even. For instance, lately I did a gift hunt for my mother, where I had to find her a present when I had a walk in early morning. I got up at 5:30 or at 6, I don't remember, and I left home at 7. I started filming and it made me feel peace. It made me feel calm, and I simply enjoyed the walk, the fresh air, the walk itself, the tranquility, the peacefulness, the birds that sang along my way. Everything was wonderful, and it made me feel slightly powerful. Third off, do you prefer living in a city or in the countryside? From my perspective, I prefer living in a city. However, it's quite unfair to think so because most of my lifetime where I lived in a city and I didn't visit countryside that often. When I was in the countryside, I was really, really little, and I couldn't remember much of it. I prefer city because it is comfortable, honestly. It is comfortable because there's a store nearby, there's your school or university nearby, there is any market nearby, there's a lot of things nearby. And as I know, often when you're in a countryside, it's much less often for you to have some store or school nearby, so you won't need to have long walks or rides to get there actually. I prefer city because I lived in the city from an early age and I'm already used to it. First is describe a place you would like to visit in the future. Why do you want to go there? The place I would love to go in the future is obviously Italy. Oh, it was too ego. The place I would like to visit is Italy. Why so? Again, when I was little, I traveled to Italy only once, and I fell in love with the country, especially when I was 13. It was the age when I started learning my first language by my own will. Nobody told me so, nobody forced me to, I just wanted to. It was a bad, it was a bad intent, but I learned a lot from it. It was the time when I was forced to learn about Italy when I was 13. But I was there actually only at the age, I don't know, 7, 8, something like that. Unfortunately so. And now I'm falling in love with this country again and again. Why so? Because I was reading a lot about it. What I love about it, I love the peace, I love the parks, I love the oceans, the lakes, I love the people, I love the accent, the language itself. And as you can see, I've been learning a lot of languages, and one of them is Italian. And I love this language. I can't say why so, I just love it. I can explain it by an example. One time when I was learning about Italy when I was 13, I learned about a city named Venezia, I think. I learned that it might drown soon in the closest 50 years. But it didn't stop me from loving it. I loved how much water was in there. I loved the boats, little that people had to swim in the streets, just in the streets to swim on the boats. There was a lot of stories But actually, I like the actually, and also I like the atmosphere in the Italian culture and in the country itself. I fell in love with it from the first sight, honestly. From the first moment I saw it to this day, I love this country. And I will be fond of visiting it in the future. Getting to the conclusion, I can tell that practice is important. And rehearsal is something even more important, even more significant, even more beneficial. It's something you can't just change. It's something that you cannot just know. It's something that you have to repeat over and over again. Because I don't know if you see it, but me personally, I see really big progress just because I was repeating it. One time I was repeating about it. One time I was thinking about it, and like that, I said a lot more than I did on the previous video. I did a lot better. And yeah, it might be called cheating that I had the answers prepared ahead. But it's not like I'm just remembering the answers. It's that I am getting known, I get to know the answer. I get to know the questions. I get to think about it, to sit on my desk, sit on my chair and think about it, think about an answer. It's not like I memorize it from something. It's just because I was practicing it. So I can't call it cheating. And I really am fond of myself and proud of myself for trying it. Actually, I got this thing with repeating with rehearsals from a YouTuber called Win. Yeah, you might know him by his communicational skills, by his work on stage, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that he's teaching all this shit for us, for me, because it helped me so much. I just cannot tell. I wanted to be a good communicator from so little. And I started to realize how to do it from so late for now. And I'm not a native English speaker. But I do learn, I do repeat, I do rehearsals, and damn if it doesn't help. Because it does help. And I am just freaking proud of myself. Oh my gosh, wait a second. That's my lamp. And I'm freaking proud of myself for doing this work, doing this shit. Because I can see the progress. And look, I don't use that much filler words. I don't think that much. And I don't know what happened because I just talk. I just do. And here, it is here. I don't know, maybe I think that I cough helped or worsened the situation. But I know one thing for sure, that rehearsing this shit gonna improve everything. From the moment you go on stage to the moment you do whatever, to go talk to your colleagues, to go talk to your examinator, whatever. This helps. I recommend 100% to try this out because this helped me a lot. You can watch my previous video and understand why I say that. And it's getting a long video, so thank you for watching. And I'm glad that I've improved that much. And I'm looking forward to improving even more. Oh, whatever. But I'm gonna see you next time.